And when he wakes up. So, tonight's music is going to be mine. I'm really curious to see what the YouTube and Twitch algorithm say about music that I like composed and produced and created. Some of it probably before YouTube existed. That's kind of fun. So, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna jump right into the stream unless anybody has any like objections. I don't see any viewers, so just gonna jump in. It's like, all right, so we're still playing here out in Potato, my very first world. And I thought I would spend some more time just out in that world. We'll be doing like, but I like to play in the different worlds depending on my mood, whatever. If I get bored with the thing or whatever, I could go out further, but I could also go explore a whole new world. But it's fun to come back to this one and like revisit things that I've already built, like this rail. So I've already updated the rail hub to be not down there and that whatever that is, and you know, built a little starter house and stuff. So you know, now we have one melon and one pumpkin going. We also have a wheat farm in place. To get some bone meal, so we'll start to be able to make the space look a little nicer, like get some flowers and stuff. But I've got a couple of items I'd like to do. Like one is I want to do something with this cow. I think there's another one over there. I could probably get together a cow crusher quickly, which would be pretty useful out here, I suppose, for not plant-based foods if you weren't into that in the game. And then I was also thinking of going up to the zoo and the Lost Outpost out that way and going to snag some potatoes perhaps, or maybe carrots, build another food source farm over there, although I don't really see a need. If I do villager breeding anything out here, I will just use wheat. That'll be fine. So, yeah, I can do. No, it's out here. Little weird beach pond. It's fun. The above ground terrain is not going to be all that interesting because Minecraft pre-1 it's got to be single digits for surezies, like when it first generated this. What's that? When I first made this world, I was really excited about 1.6, I think, as an update. So, got some weird stuff. It's just weird. It's one of the reasons I really like it. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. This kind, yeah, this is that weird. There's not a lot to work with here above ground. Like, there's cows. A desert, but I don't think it's actually a desert. Oh, this is the road, I think. Actually, wait, what is this? is going on here? Oh, this is into that base. I must have had a cave-in or something. Because it's sand. Okay. Let's do it now. Yeah, I'm just gonna make this look better. Somehow. I get it. Yeah, okay, I can fix this. Okay, supported. Yeah. Just blend it out. And I got some dirt, right? Sweet, fix this side of the tree. That's one thing about Minecraft terrain generation. I just, you know, I never liked the fact that you could see the tree base. So weird. Is that a village over there? Oh yeah, that's the alpine village that's in a jungle. That would be a way to get villagers. Yeah. The synthesizer for this is like a sine wave that's been manipulated by a freaking old knockoff Nintendo controller, like it's like, but it was joystick style, and so yeah, that weirdo synth noise, that's me putting like voltage in a synthesizer. I think it's this is a sine wave, and I'm like doing voltage tweaking with the resistance inside of the controller. I built the interface. That was a really experimental time for me musically. I built a microphone out of a phone, and so you got that like vintage low or high compression monaural phone quality, which was great for like a lot of like odd, you know, like it's like a really distant sound. It was very kind of a relevant sound at the time, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. A lot of this like electro grunge movement, which I don't think a lot of people talk about. It's like electro pop is poppy, but it's poppy because it's kind of grungy. They grunged up like the pretty 80s pop synthesizer. Modern. Just played it backwards, and it was like on purpose. Should I maybe make a... I think no matter what I do, I think that I really need to work here. Like there's definitely a natural path this way, out this way. This is me and my old roommate jamming on jars full of water and cups full of water with chopsticks. Frog pond sounds. Really like this. It was so fun to experiment. Do I want to go to this little bay? I mean, this is a nice little bay, yeah. Just gotta undo these. I don't have hope. We're kind of close to a bunch of water anyway. That's true, I may end up still making a road out this way. But I think we're going through the wood this way. Oh yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, do this. And then we can build out a dock or something here. Okay, this makes sense. This works, this works. Also be a road that goes out this way. This is recorded with that phone mic. Aforementioned. Oh, it must have been funny when I did this. Cool. I know this is silly. This is silly, because where are these roads going? That's just it. I don't know yet. But once I build roads, then I have ideas about things to put next to them. If anything, it just makes this little park a park. This is starting to consolidate naturally, which is amazing. And then this just becomes like dirt wars. Like this is already better. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie. It's not great. I recognize that. But it's alright. Hope the music is not too loud. Let me turn it down just as there. I hope that's a little better. If it was not as good. Okay. The reason that I say that is that I think there will be work too, because I understand the concept of desire paths. Like, I think that that's what helps sell some of the roads that I make, is that I try and like follow the desire path. Like, what would be the thing that people would do when they were actually walking? People are always taking shortcuts. They're always going to cut through somewhere, right? Like, that's just how it goes. So I'm gonna go on to that. Why would I go down and around? Connect there. It's like here. It's like I go from here to here. I wouldn't go all the way around and cut right through here. Absolutely. First line of sight. How people work. So that, gives me an idea of the spaces to work with. I build against this. What can I build around this? Is there a reason for me to go out this way? No, not really, right? Because I can get to whatever I need to. Nice and low. There's opportunity for growth out here. This area can get big. There's a lot of these ponds. That's cool. But the terrain is weird. That's right. Skip this track. It gets a little too intense even for me. There's planted wheat there. Like, is this a swamp? Is this a swamp? I think this is biome damaged. Interesting. Huh. Means if I set up a villager breeder back here, they would be swamp villagers. Interesting. Super interesting. In a birch forest, or in a forest biome. Like, what's generated as a forest biome. Interesting, interesting. Is it still swamp here? It is still swamp here. Where does it drop off? This is swamp? This is swamp? This is swamp? Oh, well now we know why we're coming over here. Yeah, this is where the villager breeder is going to be. That's why. We're going to have the purple guys. That'll be great. I like that. There might be some genocide, as to ensure purple guy ratio at first. Because whatever villager I'm gonna get is not gonna be a purple guy. Yeah, okay. Then there would be a desire path that cuts through here. Over here. Sweet. Put a lamppost here. Getting grassy. Yeah. Then I know that I'll probably want to have some sort of pathing that goes out this way. I'm debating whether or not to have it offset or centered. Where's that road? I want to make it here. It grassify. Sweet. Okay. So through here probably then. Yeah, because it's a natural four-way. Then there would also be. I'm gonna cut over here. Regardless of where I'm gonna go, the road has to go first. I'm gonna run it along the side. Definitely can't hit this one. I made this in 1996. A tracker software piece of hardware at that rate. A penny. And it was, pretty impressive. It was a command line utility music. Figure out how to freaking use it. Did not come with any sort of manual. Fast Tracker, you are a beast. I did make quite a lot of music. Fast Tracker, and Mod Tracker, and Streamer. Some other hacking is the confluence of these roads? Is it here? I feel like it's more British. Crap. Because if I can get out the cow. I really liked this track too, it was fun. Now vamp dance. So it's like, I mean, my wife and I, we used to go to a lot of goth clubs. We were literal card carrying goths. Because I eventually did get the mythical Mercury membership card, but I had been a member since 1995 with a symbol, because I was underage. But I finally got my real card in the late 90s, like early 2000s, and it was pretty dope. So yeah, no, official card carrying. It's a little better. It's more centered. Just makes more sense. This is how I did my Flower Forest base too. I just kind of wandered around and looked at stuff and figured out what stuff, where the paths would go, and then I started locking in my stuff. Sweet. And that's all open. Yeah. Around like 2010 Matt's infrastructure. Yeah, this is such a great rail, Matt. Good job. I mean, it's here. It looks like it's here forever. So I want to keep the dirt look though. So it's like, if I was to fix this torch situation, I have to put it underneath there. Could do that, but I also kind of rather like the fact that it has a glow, so it does keep away mobs now. It's kind of weird. Yeah, this feels more like a real park. I'm gonna go for a loop at the park and just, go walk the dog. Centralized lamps. Gotta be this guy. No, it's like, that's in the path. think I figured out what the purpose of this spot is, like in the grander scheme of the world. So the world map shows that this is a small sliver of land that's connecting to larger land masses. This is Central America, essentially. And I don't think I need or want to put in a Suez Canal through it. That seems quite destructive to the forest, and I'm into it, dog. So, alternatively, I think what I'll end up doing is having 2 docks on either side, and then you can walk your fucking boat across if you want to cross the landmass here. Should be straightforward, right? Signs or something. Basically, just I don't think it should be here at the house, or this side of the waterfront. I think it could be over there. That's the idea, I think. That'll make the most sense for this space. I do love the fact that you have to cut through the wheat. It's just sort of dumb, but it's kind of fun. So we have like a crossing here. That is dumb. Like, it's gonna do that. Principles, right? What is the principle use case? Like, what are people gonna actually do? Yeah, they'll go that way to go to the wheat field, but they will want to go this way and follow the rail, as it's the transit system. I think right around here, the dock. Perfect. Right, so we make the road do that. Right, there's all these micro grasses because source packs are cool. Not too worried about some of this grassy originality. Because I will come back and be detailing a lot of this stuff. I'll make crap out of it. Really texturing. Let's see, can do the natural path. Take. Now, I may not be right along the rail, but that's okay because if given the opportunity, people will take a path if it is adjacent enough to the existing desire path. So that'll just have to. I'll probably change this out for brick. These are crossings. Absolutely upgrading the rail. Thing I said I did not want to do. I can put some sort of This is a less common road, so it'll be less, but this is a big one. Man, I think I need to excise this tree. No, I have to work around it. Tough. Alright, well, let's go stone mining. Get us up some stone for stone things. That's all this is good for. It's just a dirt mine. Dirt and stone. Gravel, apparently. There's a viewer out there, say hello. I would appreciate it greatly. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty alone out here. Sorry, what? Is this under the dock? That's unfortunate. I guess I pressed my luck there with that one. Noted. That way be water. An original iron ore deposit. This is how they looked. First got the game. These single block ore veins were definitely not common. It's not good. So I think there. It's not gonna help. No. That's what I get. There. Let's go. Hey, that's a big block of iron. That's a really big block of iron. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm out of lanterns. That means I must return to the surface. Stupid thing I made so many years ago. So glad I've moved out of the holes in the ground. Because I did a lot of holes in the ground when I first started playing this game. And I'm really glad I'm doing that anymore. It's a nice improvement. Can't go wrong with these guys. plant some dandelions. Want to mess with just perfect. Very natural. Very natural. Alright, so here's where we're going to designate the new original, go back to the original alignment. We are gonna fix it up a little nicer. Also, I should probably get more mail. Sorry, I'm turning this one up a little bit. It's one of the best piano lines I've ever written. So what I think I'll do is I'll do these powered rail sections first. I think that this is going to be the design I'll put underneath the regular box there. But the only time you get these ones are like when you get crossing or 100% a torch under there. So lock and that. Boop. This album is going through a lot of things. It's battling with addiction. I have just lost my girlfriend. It's now my wife. We had parted ways in a very weird way because of my girlfriend. So, it's nice now that those things are behind us, but didn't know how to process any of it. There's nothing quite like hitting the bottom and not really realizing it. But I made some good music. I think tree has to go. There's no getting around it. Past me forced this issue. Dang. Excising it is gonna be. Sure that it's fully disconnected from all things. Break won't be right. Remove all of these. I don't. That there. Oh, I think I have to introduce a grass block in this instance. There, cut off. redstone torch there. What's that? I need to put something that makes people not cut through there. Because that is obviously a desired path. Honestly, one makes more sense. That's great. This one I can turn down. This is my remix cover of Eraser and Chanel's. Made this in 1997 on the aforementioned Fast Tracker. It's a .it file. Let me think here. What? And some of these are old tracks. Skip, hard skip. First, complete song. Heavily found the Quake sound pack, so I could make my own soundscapes. I felt like pretty impressive. If you knew what all of those sounds were in Quake, you would know the story that was being told there. If you don't know, I am not going to tell you. And that's how that works. But this is terrible. What was I doing? I could do lanterns. I don't want them. I obviously also need a bunch of fence posts. And also I recognize that I need to do something here. out so much more light. Should probably. Nighttime. It's hilarious. See our tick flag, which sucks. Ever since we moved to the new server, we're about 100 ticks behind, and it sucks. It sucks so much. I am really mad about it with my service, and I need to figure out changing it. It's not acceptable to me. I just don't know how to resolve it. I think the problem lies in the fact that as an application, Minecraft in Java does not support multi-threading, and to be able to take advantage of the compute power of a modern computer, like Minecraft needs to be a multi-threaded application, and it is not. And so it's not really optimized for modern hardware. So you have to get very specific kinds of SKUs, and I just think I missed the mark on the application specific. I think I have not enough dedicated cores. That's an oversight, but I need to figure out what an alternative solution is. So I need to contact their support services and be like, here's the thing I'm trying to do. Help me figure out the best way to do that, because I can't keep this particular scenario up. It sucks. I did not make. Fine, I'll just go and place. Come back. Just wanted to make like danceable stuff, but like I have no like good rhythm. It feels like it should be this way, but it won't be. Anyways, we're gonna help here. Take this down to a slow tree. That will open it up a bit. So then it feels more natural when you do this. That you're cutting over. Yeah, but I could do a building here. I love that this is swamp. It's so funny. Like, what? Why is this swamp? To be fair, when this section of the world was generated, the swamp biome did not exist. So, I mean, that is probably part of it. Everything was like forest or desert. Period. So. And if you didn't like it, you were not, and you didn't have to play Minecraft. I mean, in the end, obviously it worked out, but yeah, that was the general vibe in regards to like, I mean, to be fair, like the Minecraft community, like the developers were always very keen on getting insight from players because, to be honest, it's more like indie feel back in those days. It has definitely changed since Microsoft took ownership, but I come from a Microsoft background, so I 100% get what they're doing. It's just that they're not very good at talking to this particular segment of the populace. They're used to dealing with businesses, corporate entities. Oh man, it's gonna be so bright in here. Jeez, like, go ham. What the heck? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna and a lot of lanterns. Prepared for that many lanterns. Have to be. Word is written. Make it pretty, Matt. Do it. Okay. Sticks, planks, some more sticks, more planks. Let's make a bunch of fences. Cool. I hope that's enough. Doop, doop, doop. This area is going to be a little dense. one thing about this forest, and I did get a giant oak, which was something that was new to the game. But there's no bees, obviously. There are not bees anywhere at all. If I want any kind of bee related items, I gotta go out. So all of this is completely necessary. Complete nowhere but back to themselves. But I suppose it's like a nice park. It's been fun to make. Practice my building skills. Better at those. Should do this one's up closer first, maybe. I mean, really, it's just interconnects between two docks that are yet to be built. So it is just a park. I put a generator because there's a small biome right up. It'd be pretty cool. Hey, welcome, welcome. I'm in my first world, so I was just talking about the fact that it's just it's odd terrain. It's, you know, weird building area. I'm just kind of dinking around while I'm waiting for 1.20 to drop. So I've just kind of been making a little park here in this little area in this world, and I'll put in some more lights here. But this world terrain, the world generation, predates a lot of the biomes. So like, this is swamp, even though it is definitely not a swamp. So yeah, I mean, it's going okay. Just doing a lot of this. I've been dinking around in this place for a couple of days, last couple of streams, just because it's been fun to build in like weird terrain. So there's a lot of like funky build and funky terrain generation in the first place, because terrain generation was still pretty new when I spawned this world. And so like the only two biomes were forest and desert when I created this world. And so it's been interesting to see how it's changed over time with every upgrade. So this is literally the very first world I ever played in. So I'm gonna put Ellen there. How are you tonight? Do you have a successful stream in the last couple of days? My attendance has been quite low. I do really appreciate your raid, by the way, the other day. That was great. It moved me much further up. I was so close to having the 5 more people talking at once unlocked. That would have been pretty nice. So, future state. How long did you, yeah, how long did it take before you started to get into the affiliate program? How hard was that for you to build? Cool, cool. I would appreciate a raid anytime, and if you are on, I am getting out, then I will raid you if possible. Oftentimes my stream ends with me having to go, oh shit, the baby's crying, I gotta go. Peace out. Right? And so it's hard for me to like do switch over to the raid button and get the person going, just because it's just I literally have to drop everything and go once the baby goes, right? So there's that. And that's definitely been one of the challenges of this stream, like the streaming thing for me, is that I'm kind of pushing it. Yeah, I appreciate the fact that it will take time. Again, my whole concept is that like I'm just gonna play Minecraft, and if other people want to watch me do that, then that's totally cool. Um, and so eventually, I'm sure some people might start to watch. I have had a lot of people tell me that they like my stream because I'm a genuine person, and well, I would hope so, like just in general, right? But then again, I realize that there's like a propensity for having a persona in when you're a streamer. I just don't know how to do that. Seems like a lot of work, right? Do you end up having to do a streamer persona or streamer perspective? If so, I'm sorry. I hope it goes better for you. I hope I never get into that personally. It was enough for me to try and to do camera, which, as you can see, it's really small in the screen because I would really prefer the focus be on the Minecraft and not on the map. Yeah, yeah, I can appreciate. Yeah, and maybe it's just because I'm neurodivergent that it seems like I don't want to do masking anymore. Like I'm defiant about it. So I'm working in an area where a rail passed through, and I built this railroad probably in 2010 ish, maybe. And it goes pretty far out in this world. Although, to be fair, like I never really, what I thought was really far out in comparison to what I've been doing in our other worlds is nothing. And so it's nice to be able to get out and kind of explore some of this terrain that was generated in 1. I don't know, 3 or 4 or something, and get out and see what the world has done to it. The cave systems are they're spookier, they're kind of scarier, which I like. But what I'm gonna do here is I'll put a dock here to like, because this is the narrowest point on a landmass in the map between two large bodies of water. And so if you were going to cut through from one area, one big oceany river thing to another, then this is the natural point for that. Plus there was already a rail station here. So this cuts a lot of time in half if you want to boat from one point to another in this world. So I thought it would be fun to build a little park here or something, some stuff. But the fact that there's back there is swamp. What is here? Plains. It's normal plains. But back there is swamp, which is weird because again, plains didn't exist. Like I guess it sort of did, but it was like basically no biome, which was what code said. So then plains was the default. But yeah, there was no swamp biome. There was no forest, like like no spruce. So it's a fun world. It's available in. You just have to have the portal hidden. So you have to, like an Easter egg, you have to find it in the, and then you can play here as well. So it's in Gateway somewhere. That much I'll give you. And it's next to another Nether portal, but then that may be the most efficient way to get there. That's another clue. this is very pleasant looking little park. And then I might put little houses. I might transport some villagers here and let them have like a village here. Yeah. Yeah, so if you come on the server, you can go to Gateway, which the spawn point to Gateway is at world spawn for every world. So if you go to world spawn, like the spawn village where you met Neb, you can go to the Gateway world, and from there you can try and find the portal to this world. Only 2 other people. Neb knows where it is now. She found the back door in, because I have one other secret portal that's at my Flower Forest base because I liked having the convenience, and as an admin I can do that. And that's how she ended up in this world. So, but Zipgun, another player, has been playing here a lot. Like if he's playing in the overworld and not in the Nether, he is playing in this world. Because the terrain generation is just wackadoodle. It's kind of fun. It's pretty normal in a lot of places, but then there are just like weirdnesses, especially in areas where it's adjacent to like where the update aquatic occurred, because that one really like goofed up so much terrain everywhere in the world. But I'm also going to be doing some chunk deleting before 1.20's update, because I would like to include closer regions for some of this other stuff. Like I want the cherry forests and the desert temples and stuff to be not like a million blocks out. So that'll happen here too. So it'll have even more chunk weirdnesses in places, because I stopped caring about like the prettiness of the world edges a long time ago, because this world is this may be plains, but like up here in this desert, I think it's some of it might be, yeah, this desert is plains. Just, because again, the world generated when there was only 2 biomes. And I've kept this chunk, like I've done some pruning over there, so that's where I cut a bunch and then let the world regenerate during the 1.19 update, because they had better biome blending. So I did take out some of the really wild terrain when I did the update to 1.19, because I was able to like biome blend a little bit better with the 1.19 thing. But like, look at this. This is taiga. It's a snowy desert. It snows here in the desert. This is not safe terrain. Not at all. Oof. Yeah, it's raining in this desert. Yeah. So there are places where you could set up a guardian farm, but it's on dry land, because it's like it's an ocean biome or whatever. Like you can do all sorts of weird stuff, like, oh, you're in the middle of a desert, so you put this farm there because it's totally fine, and you won't get a bunch of weird spawns because it's desert. But at the same time, like, it also obeys the weird biomes too. Oh, this is like the remnant. By the way, I didn't know that this was going to be a historical thing, but this block here, this is the last of the original spawn house. Like when you first loaded into the game, there's the dungeon house that had a bunch of cool stuff. You had to go find it, but it had a bunch of good starter stuff. But I took all the blocks except for those. That's that. So I had no idea that it was actually like a rare structure in the game anymore. Like, you just don't see it apparently. See, that's where the other player has been playing. He's been playing in that village over there, which is a snow village that spawned in the middle of a jungle. So you can go over there and there's igloos and like the little blue snow people, but it's in the middle of a jungle biome. Like, the plants and stuff are a jungle biome, but it is technically a snowy plains or something. Yeah, because the jungle biome came in on an update that was it did not go over well. Like there was something wrong with that update where the jungle was introduced. It itself and a bunch of aren't jungle anymore. Like a few updates later, no jungle in that area. But like here it is, it spawned in jungle, but I'm in the desert, right? But now, am I in the jungle? No, I'm in a river. Jungle, okay. But over there, there's a snow village that spawned in to a jungle. But you can see like this hard chunk border. This is, I think this was part of the update aquatic update. When this got injected into the world. And look at this tree. Yeah. It's an alpine village. This is an alpine village in the desert, or yeah, this is another player's area, so. But you know, that's a snow house. Parkour. Look, it's the snow guys in the jungle, in an alpine jungle. Very confused. This is very strange. It does snow here in the jungle. It's a snowy plains in the jungle. I don't understand. Yeah, it definitely makes it like this much more interesting, right? The world is and it's because it's also a plains, like you get plains villagers. And technically a jungle. There's a jungle villager. No wonder. The player that I know, he's a villager guy. He really likes having all the different types of villagers, and so this little weirdo confluence of biomes that should not exist. Snowy plains, like into a jungle, into a taiga. Like it's legitimately taiga here because there are taiga trees. But then jungle adjacent to it, like I don't know, man. I can see why he would be into it because it's goofy, but yeah. So this whole world is full of weird stuff like that, and I just want to try and with the 1.20 update, I want to try and improve some of the goofiness a little bit. So I mean, this is obviously in place, and people are building out here, so this gets no cut. That spawn way over there. That big. I should just use that as. I mean, that's the reason that I made it a giant thing on fire, was so that you can see it from very far away. But yeah, it's raining here in this desert. That's the way to go. I don't know if you really have to worry about drown in a lot of these rivers. Most of the rivers do connect or interconnect already, which is kind of nice. I think this will take me. Oh yeah, this is. Oh yeah, this is. I got Dolphin's Grace there. Did you see that? Isn't that wild? Because this is the ocean. When I have respawned this world as using the seed, you get some. This is legitimately in the middle of a big giant ocean. All of this is ocean biome. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I get dolphins spawning in this river, which is so funny. Because again, oh yeah, Dolphin's Grace. Too fast. I don't know how to use it. So dangerous. Yeah. So the frames are gonna get pretty framey as we come through here, because in town is what's the word? Laggy to all hell. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's a little framey. But yeah, this is ocean. Yeah, 100% ocean biome. That's fun. I did make this little mini taiga. Like, this is all custom biome here. It's hard to tell, but yeah. I was like, oh, I'll just make a little taiga village. It's adjacent. It'll be cute. I think I did a pretty good job. I like it. It's good. Ugh, this is miserable. Shaders make rain legitimately miserable. So, this world has what's called Hill City. Hill City is free starter houses. Feel free to base out of any of the buildings in Hill City. There are a ton of apartments available for use. Some of them nicer than others. Yeah, you could easily make a drown farm in town, like on top of the giant mountain if you really wanted to, of debris. Yeah, you could totally make a on the ground drown farm. I don't know if how efficient it would be because I have like other, we have general mob spawns. Yeah, this is a giant labyrinth. And yeah, you would be sharing the town. Hill City also includes a lot of villagers. But again, there's a huge, extensive rail network. It'll get you anywhere you want to go within the world thus far. And I did try and like label at the stations, where they go. It is a lot of torches. It's a lot of torches because when I first built this in 2010, uh, the light level requirements for mobs were quite heavy. So I lit everything up. And also, I didn't understand the impact. So there's always like room for improvement, right? But this building is literally the spoil heap from mining out the farms and stuff, the auto farms downstairs. So there's a ton of farms and stuff that are built into this that all pipe up into the upper floors for trading and villager usage and uh, all of that, like a melon and pumpkin farm and all of that. And then I have a giant auto sorter and an auto smelter. Like, so this is all my bulk storage and auto smelter. But I will say that since I made this part of the server, this area, all of this stuff is community, right? Everything except for this house that's in the middle of it. That's my base. Everything else is community property. People can use anything that's in the chests. They can use any of the farms. They can do whatever they need to do. Everything is up for the community to use to be a better, I don't know, farm. And then I built this ginormous lava farm to support the auto smelter. So the auto smelter is lava powered. And everything that is like extra inside of the storage system, like if it gets extra cashed out, then it ends up in here. And also, it's a passive mob farm for dolphins, and so and for squid too. So I get a lot of raw cod out of the farm as a passive thing. But anyway, so stuff that's overflow from the storage system comes into here, and then it gets caught by the reverse bubble vader, and then gets picked up by the minecarts underneath, just like the cod. I just tied it all together. It's funky, it's fun, it's whatever. But yeah, there's a river there, and so I just punched a hole into the side of the river, and now I capture stuff passively. But it's a great way to get cats, so that's fun. Sounds like my bee farm is overfull. Yeah, feel free to take honey or whatever from there. That is big farm. This treasure room, however, is not for public use. It is decorative, but it is my treasure room, and that it is built into the side of the villager breeder. So there's a villager breeder that poops out villagers down below. But this is, like my dragon's hoard that I tucked away into this colonnade. But yeah, it gets pretty framey in here because there's like a few hundred villagers in this building, in this chunk, and also it's spawn. So it is spawn chunks. So it's loaded all the time. So these farms are always active. So it's a little tough. It's a little tough sometimes. But as you walk away, it gets a lot better. Pretty quickly. But it's the industrial district. There's every floor is full of villagers doing all sorts of trades. Very handy. Good way to get a bunch of emeralds up and get going. Oh, it looks like I had another lightning strike take out some trees. That's unfortunate. Occasionally, I've had a lot more forest fires recently, which has been really unfortunate. Ah, there's a drowned here somewhere. Heard that. Alright. Yeah. And then I made this cute little bridge recently to connect the town a little bit more effectively than having to cut through all of Hill City, which is quite extensive. Hill City is a giant hill that got entirely hollowed out, and it is multiple floors, and it is very dense, full of all sorts of just like every kind of house that I could ever think of building is built into this building. So there's that. I was experimenting with cracked brick. I thought that was pretty cool. But houses are like furnished because I didn't know what else to do. I think this one is like actually a forge, so you can, yeah, look, it's like all fires. Very fire. Do I have any stuff in here? I do have stuff. I will steal from Cheaty Matt. No, none of this is all needs to get trashed. And a zombie spawn egg. Yeah. That stuff's gotta go. I'm gonna take these flowers. And this soul sand. And this nether wart. Is there any obsidian? That would be really nice. Can I toss these in there? No. That's fine. They will get despawned. Can I? That's fun. One way, huh? Come on, really? There we go. Hey, but you never know what you might find in some of these chests now. Well worth looking around. You might find something good. Oh yeah, this is like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a tavern hall. Every kind of villager. This was part of the Village and Pillage update, I remember. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have all these workstations. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. The workstations came before the villagers, I think. Like, their ability to do it. Look, that's an end portal stone. Used decoratively. Wow. Peace out. Oh, I can't even get rid of it. It's unbreakable. Fantastic. Good luck with that furniture piece. Younger Matt. What are you doing, dude? Alright. We need to catch a train out of here. Iron in here. Convenient. Make a minecart real quick. Put this iron back. No. Stole iron from myself. Chest in here somewhere? Every record, of course. Never know what you're gonna get. Villager, are you stuck? Go. Let's see. Like I said, the rail network will take you where you want to go. We're gonna take a shortcut because I know where this goes. We're gonna take the shortcut, and I could take the rail all the way here. This is the quote Old Pink Farm Station, and then this is the rail that goes from Old Pink Farm Station to Forest Station. But we're just gonna walk to Forest Station, and then just gonna catch the train from here. We have a couple of stops along the way, just because there's a bunch of different available rail stops that people can build at if they want. Right, like this is one of those. If you want to build here, you totally can. There are basically just a rail stop. Have very seriously considered just bypassing all of these, and that if somebody wants to move into one, they totally can, and they'll just hook it back up. I don't know. But I will say that a lot of this rail line is unsophisticated, to be honest, and there's a lot about it that I just don't like anymore, just because it's so, I don't know, 2010. We're in ocean right now. 100%. I can feel it. I can feel that salt air. Beach? Legitimate beach. Ocean. Yeah. Gimme that minecart. Yeah, here we are by that jungle village that's in a snowy plains. Yeah, jungle ice village. So funny. Yeah, the rail goes through this snow plains. again, the rail was, I was new to rail. Powered rail was super cool because before powered rail came, you had minecarts that you would have to load jam by like getting a whole bunch of minecarts together and then having it in a circle until it right next to a rail line, and then it would push you out into the rail line, like by basically entity cramming you. You might take a little bit of damage, but you would get flying along for sure. Seas. You would go pretty far before you would need another power up, but basically you would just have another one of those stations. And then furnace minecarts came out, and that was pretty dope because then you just put one of those fucking things before your, like in behind your minecart, and it would just bump you every so often instead of having to go off on the loop. You would just get this minecart furnace bump. That was pretty cool. And powered rail, wow, that was such a game changer. Now you could go distances, and so I did. Beginning to see a theme about transport with my general streams and general builds. I do a lot of roads, I do a lot of rails. I do rails significantly better now. It's so much effort to undo and redo work, you know what I mean? So like, I don't mind picking a little segment up like this where it's like, it's just a little area. I can update it a little bit. Man, it is baby o'clock. He's good to go. Lovely as always, Turtle. Join the server, have fun, and if you really want information on how to access this world, I will provide it to you. But the challenge is always fun. Have a good night.